copyright infringement doesn't translate terribly well into Mandarin.
You might want to grab your Stars and Bucks coffee for this one. It's going to be an interesting ride. China's copycat culture is well known, and it's no secret that they are good at replicating stuff. Some knockoffs are very good, and at first glance, you can't tell the difference. But this is not always the case, especially when it comes to well-known fast food chains. Here are 10 hilarious knockoff fast food chains in China.
Chinese are very good at this sort of thing.
Mak Dak.
I'll have the Big Mac, please.
China loves the taste of the West. It's new, exciting, and a special treat for them to be able to go eat Western food. Although there are many knockoff Western food chains, some of them you might be fooled at first glance. So did you think this was a McDonald's? At second glance, Mak Dak is clearly not McDonald's, but more like a tribute to Daffy Duck.
Ain't he a dope?
Perhaps the Happy Meals come with gold coins? China is excellent at replicating, and if there is a successful business they want to be part of, they make their own version replicating everything they can, from the biggest to the smallest details. McDonald's is in second place for the top grossing American fast food chains in China. Not only that, but Chinese people trust American fast food chains, so the replicas might think they can fool people by luring them in with the same look, feel, and similar tastes. How close can they get the taste to the real thing, though? Instead of McD's, you have Mak Dak's, whose menu includes burgers, fries, nuggets, and some kind of replica of the Big Mac. But the most important question is, were they able to get the Big Mac sauce right?
It's still a Big Mac.
KFD and KFG.
Ah, ni hao.
Sound familiar? KFC. And what comes after C? Oh, D. KFD. Then there is KFG, and you can also find a DFC. These all just use a play on letters to imitate the well-known food chain KFC. There are so many rip-offs for this popular fast food chain because it is loved by the Chinese people and is the top-grossing fast food chain countrywide. All the versions of KFC seem to be just a variation of any combo of 3 English letters on the wall. The other knockoff Kentucky Fried Chicken outlets in China include KLC, FBC, and MFC. They all use the red and white brand colors that KFC uses and have a different sketched face to accompany the logo. Sometimes the sketch is a fat chicken, other times it's a Chinese man's face.
Here's me, and I'm you.
They offer a menu that includes popcorn chicken and fries, just like the real thing, and of course, the signature dish of fried chicken. You can find a KFD or KFG all over the country.
Feel like a Kentucky Fried Idiot.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger first.
Recognize this logo? Well, if it isn't the Burger King logo, but instead for a place called Cheeseburger. How can you really change this restaurant down to just one menu item, the cheeseburger?
I love this burger, so delicious.
After all, they do have a lot more on the menu than that. Perhaps the Chinese people really love cheeseburgers? Or maybe the founder really loved cheeseburgers from the real Burger King and thought about starting their own version featuring just one menu item? However you want to explain this one, this is our best guess. But the real story behind this Burger King knockoff is that fast food Western burger joints are very well liked in China. But unfortunately, they are mostly only available in big and well-known cities. So the cities in between don't get as much fast food options, and hence these rip-off versions started to pop up. They look the same, taste the same, and therefore generate quite a bit of traffic into their locations. It might not be the same quality of a real Whopper meal, but something is better than nothing, right?
Or die for something.
712.
There is no District 12.
From identical branding and logo to the small-size convenience store, this knockoff can easily be mistaken for a 7-Eleven. If you are sleepwalking or had a few drinks, you might not even know the difference. 7-Eleven is a Japanese-owned international chain of convenience stores, and there have been many replicas popping up all over Asia. Well-thought-out replicas like this one think of every detail of the original brand. Just the names have been slightly changed. Why not 712? 713 and 714 are surely not far behind. You can also find a 7-Apple in China, but this knockoff is not as great as 712 because they use Apple's logo in place of 7-Eleven's, making it more obvious that it's not the real deal. 7-Eleven really started to boom a few years back in China because people liked the idea of easy, quick grab-and-go items and started to stop by for daily snacks and even home staples or hot meals.
Have you tried this Slurpee?
The knockoff version also provides the same sorts of items for quick on-the-go convenience like sandwiches, pop drinks, candy, snacks like chips, or vacuum-sealed chicken feet.
That is
Chicken feet, just like the recipe calls for.
Taco Bell Grande.
I would like you to accompany me to Taco Bell.
Taco Bell goes up a size to Grande. Just kidding. It's only the knockoff version of Taco Bell, except that this knockoff is like an upscale version, where the logo and restaurant look nothing like the real one, and the menu consists of items like tacos, fajitas, smoked salmon, and oxtail soup. The staff are friendly and wear sombreros, you can order different Mexican dishes, and listen to a mariachi band. Off of a playlist, but still. The service is much better than your local Taco Bell. This is one knockoff food chain that really did it right, and seems to have more success than the original version of Taco Bell, who didn't do so well in China. Taco Bell Grande offers a complimentary bowl of chips and salsa upon being seated, and this on its own makes it worth the visit. The founders of this knockoff were looking to find the recipe for success with Mexican food in China by making it an upscale, full-service, sit-down restaurant and providing great customer experience and great food. For the average American, Taco Bell is a place with fast food when you don't have a lot of time or want something cheap yet tasty. Taco Bell Grande is one of the best knockoffs because they went above and beyond the genuine one to make it a restaurant people line up to go to, with a detailed bilingual menu and very Mexican-feeling decor. It seems the secret to a successful knockoff fast food chain is including not only the original menu, but also items that are familiar to the Chinese palate.
Taco Bell was the only restaurant to survive the franchise wars.
Dairy Fairy.
Twinkling sounds of magical fairy dust.
Welcome to Dairy Fairy, where instead of a blizzard, you can get an Oreo ice storm. By the looks of the menu, the fake Dairy Queen is also accompanied by a fake Orange Julius as well. There are a number of Dairy Queen lookalikes globally, but it seems as though Dairy Fairy in China is really taking it to the next level by trying to become a fast food chain of their own. With several locations in China, they have even spread to South Africa. Dairy Fairy is known in China to be a popular brand of soft-serve ice cream along with their various other ice cream menu items. They also have their cups labeled DF, which is exactly what DQ does on their cups, and all the employee uniforms are pretty much the same. The Chinese copycat brand's slogan is, "The Taste of California." It is clear that the logo, style, and the general brand idea is from Dairy Queen. They can't fool us by changing a few colors and menu names like the Ice Storm, but they seem to be fooling others considering they are doing pretty well. There is also another imitation of Dairy Queen, but they call themselves Dairy and Queen. Isn't that original?
You're no fake. You're a genuine
Pizza, huh?
Pizza the Hut!
Some might say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery because they clearly like what you are doing and you're doing it well. Although for many international companies in China, imitation is the opposite of flattery and they need to constantly protect themselves from counterfeiters. All these companies do it the smart way. They change the name a little bit, or in some cases by one letter, and keep the branding almost identical. Hence the birth of eateries like KFG, Cheeseburger, Dairy Fairy, and Pizza Huh. You might see this and ask, pizza what?
I'm confused.
Huh? Yes, we're thinking the same. Where did Pizza Hut go? It turned into Pizza Huh. Same logo, same menu, the same layout, just with the change of one letter. Pizza Huh made no effort to be original in their signage, and they went for a look as similar to Pizza Hut as possible. It is located in a mall, which is dedicated to knockoff stores and restaurants. They could have changed any letter in the name, it really didn't matter. So instead of Pizza Huh, it could have been Pizza Butt, or Pizza Gut, or even Pizza Tut, the Egyptian-themed Pizza Hut. Actually, that last one sounds more like something for Vegas.
Las Vegas, here we go!
Bucksstar coffee or Sunbucks coffee?
Fake Starbucks over there for a cup of fake coffee.
Buckstars, Sunbucks, or USA Bucks are all nothing but a rip-off Starbucks. They really do a solid job with knocking off this world-famous coffee chain, from the logo and branding right down to the printed takeout cups and menu. The Starbucks look-alike named Bucksstar Coffee has it down to the logo and branding to look very much like those of genuine Starbucks. Want to know the funny part about some of these knockoff chains, specifically Buckstars? It actually was not designed to cater to city residents, but rather to the tourists.
Large black coffee.
Do you mean a venti?
They were hoping tourists would look for the familiar green mermaid knockoff logo for some comfort and caffeine. They offer similar items to what is on the Starbucks menu, from the basics of a latte or muffin to frappuccinos. Bucksstar Coffee is located in the middle of a knockoff mall and received some complaints that people were being easily deceived by the mimicry, thinking they were getting the real Starbucks when they were not. This might have started a little bit of trouble for the brand, especially since they haven't posted on their Twitter account since May 2014. On Twitter, they were posting images of the real Starbucks logo and tweeting that they were serving Starbucks lattes. They even tweeted, "We will be selling Starbucks lattes and voodoo donuts." Seems a little sketchy, and many people did not like this a latte.
You don't even like them.
OFC KFC.
This is the best Kentucky Fried Chicken I ever had.
If you thought there was enough KFC knockoffs with ripped-off menus, you were wrong. There's more. China made another KFC ripoff in Beijing and called it OFC for Obama Fried Chicken.
Obama.
Needless to say, this got a lot of attention and was considered offensive, so they changed the name again to UFO later on. They used the same colors, font, style, and menu, but this time, instead of targeting Obama, they went for aliens. Yes, I'll get the alien fried popcorn chicken, please, and the galactic fries with that. Why are there so many KFC ripoffs in China, though? There are tons of different variations of the knockoff for this fast food chain. Well, before 1987, China was closed off to the rest of the world, and then KFC was the first American fast food chain to open in China. So when KFC came in, they went wild for it. It was the first Western food they had access to, and many Chinese consumers preferred chicken over other meats like beef or pork. It quickly became not only popular, but China's favorite fast food joint. The original KFC has over 5,000 locations, and in 2017, they made $5 billion in revenue. It is no wonder that others wanted a piece of this success and wealth, so they started to knock it off in hopes of the same success and to maneuver customers to the false KFC by using similar logos, the same color scheme, and menu items.
Well, tonight I'm changing the menu.
Michael Alone.
You're not alone.
This version of McDonald's in China has replicated the Golden Arches and turned them upside down. It's hard to know what the inspiration here was. The upside-down arch makes us think of WickDonald's, a popular fictional version of the McDonald's franchise seen in a lot of anime. But what's with the name Michael Alone? Maybe the founder was inspired after watching the movie Home Alone? Or maybe it's in memory of Michael Jackson? After all, he did sing "You Are Not Alone." Perhaps the founder of this restaurant was going for something comforting and familiar? The slogan could be, "You are not alone, there is fast comfort food for you." They even have a fake Ronald McDonald mascot out in front with the same look, logo, and similar menu as the original McD's. Ironically, the restaurant does look kind of lonely with no customers inside. Maybe this is because you can tell from the terrible name that it's a rip-off Mickey D's. But if not for the Michael Alone name, the restaurant easily could be mistaken for a real McDonald's. From the red and yellow color scheme to the decor and menu, we wonder if it tastes anything like the real McD's. Hopefully they got their crispy fries right at the very least.
Yep, French fries.
Go ahead and tap that screen to enjoy another one of our great videos. Are you new to our channel? Then show us some love by hitting that subscribe button and ringing that notification bell.